Welcome! Starting April 1st, 2026, we're implementing a new standard operating procedure for timekeeping across our organization. This video will explain what this means for you, how it benefits everyone, and the simple steps you'll follow every day. Let's get started. You might be wondering, why the change? Here's the truth. We've identified discrepancies between time clock records and actual hours worked. Some of these are honest mistakes, but others are instances where the system has been exploited. This affects three important things. 1. Fair compensation. When time isn't recorded accurately, some employees get paid for hours they didn't work, while others who work hard feel it's unfair. Your paycheck. Inaccurate timekeeping has been costing the company money in excessive overtime, which impacts our overall budget and growth. 3. Trust and accountability. We want a workplace where everyone is held to the same standard and where your hard work is recognized accurately. This new procedure creates a fair, transparent system for everyone. Your daily routine. Clocking in, Section 2. Let's walk through your new daily routine. It's simple and will only take a few extra minutes. Step 1. Clock in when you arrive. When you arrive at work, use your assigned time clock to clock in. This might be a biometric fingerprint scanner or facial recognition system, whichever your location uses. Here's what's important. Only clock in when you actually arrive at the workplace, not before. If you clock in from the parking lot or before you're ready to work, that's considered time theft under the new policy. Step 2. Report to your supervisor immediately. This is the new part. After clocking in, go straight to your supervisor's station. You have a maximum of 5 minutes to check in with them. Your supervisor will physically verify your presence and record the time in their attendance log. Think of it as a friendly good morning check-in. This takes just a few seconds. Step 3. Begin your work. Once your supervisor has verified your arrival, head to your workstation and start your assigned duties. Your workday officially begins now. Your daily routine. Breaks and clocking out, Section 3. What about breaks? All breaks must be pre-approved by your supervisor. When you're ready for your break, let your supervisor know. They'll note the time you leave. When you return from your break, check back in with your supervisor so they can record your return time. This helps ensure your break times are accurate and that you're being paid for all the time you actually work. Clocking out. At the end of your shift. When you've completed your assigned work for the day, don't clock out yet. First, check out with your supervisor. Your supervisor will verify that your work is complete and give you approval to clock out. They'll record the checkout time in their log. Then, and only then, proceed to the time clock and clock out. You should do this within 5 minutes of getting supervisor approval. If you clock out without supervisor approval, your time may be adjusted to the last verified work activity. So always check out with your supervisor first. Overtime procedures, Section 4. Sometimes you may need to work beyond your scheduled shift. Here's the important part. All overtime must be pre-approved in writing. If you know in advance you'll need overtime, submit a written request to your supervisor at least 24 hours ahead of time. Your supervisor will evaluate whether it's necessary and approve or deny the request. For emergency situations that come up unexpectedly, your supervisor can give verbal approval, but they must submit written confirmation within 24 hours. Here's the critical rule. No overtime will be paid without pre-approval documentation. Even if you work extra hours, if they weren't approved in advance, you won't be compensated for that time, so always get approval first. What is time theft? Section 5. Let's be clear about what time theft means. These are behaviors that are strictly prohibited and will result in disciplinary action. Buddy punching, clocking in or out for another employee, or asking someone to clock in for you. Extended unauthorized breaks, taking longer breaks than allowed without supervisor approval. Early clock in, clocking in before you arrive at work or before you're ready to start working. Late clock out, clocking out after you've finished work and are engaging in personal activities. Personal activities, during paid time. Using work hours for personal business excessive phone use, or non-work activities. Time theft is taken seriously. Violations follow a progressive disciplinary process. First offense, written warning and mandatory retraining. Second offense, final warning, suspension without pay, and recovery of improperly paid wages. Third offense, termination of employment. Severe cases like systematic fraud or buddy punching may result in immediate termination, regardless of previous warning. Your rights and support. Section 6. This policy isn't about catching you doing something wrong. It's about creating a fair system for everyone. You have rights under this new procedure. You have the right to receive thorough training on these procedures. That's what we're doing right now. Review your time records weekly to ensure accuracy. Report system malfunctions without penalty. Appeal any time discrepancies or disputes. Request investigations if you believe there's supervisor misconduct. If you have questions or concerns, we have multiple support channels. Contact the HR hotline at extension 1234. Email timekeeping@company.com. Schedule a meeting with the HR manager. Attend our monthly Q&A sessions. We're here to help you succeed with this new system. Quick recap and closing, Section 7. Let's quickly recap your daily routine. Start of shift. 1. Clock in when you arrive. 2. Report to supervisor within 5 minutes. 3. Begin your work. During your shift, get supervisor approval before breaks. Check in after breaks. End of shift. 1. Check out with supervisor. 2. Clock out within 5 minutes. Remember, always get pre-approval for overtime. These changes begin April 1st, 2026. Your supervisor will be conducting additional training sessions in your department, and you'll find resources on the company intranet. This system benefits everyone by ensuring fairness, accuracy, and trust. Thank you for your attention, and thank you for your commitment to making this transition smooth. Together, we're building a better workplace for all.